Hi! It's been a long time since I've done anything like this. For those that don't know me, I'm Vanessa. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to record. I want to get into it, but welcome. This is Cozy Haven. If you didn't know, I've streamed this world on Twitch. It has a little bit of lore, not to the world, but like how it was created. And oh, I don't even know what version it is. I think it's not the latest one, but the one before it. I'm a pro Minecraft YouTuber, as you can see. But yeah, welcome to Cozy Haven. Ideally, I want to get through this video with as minimal cuts as possible, and we'll get into why. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. There will be cuts. I already know it. I know myself a little bit too well. But welcome. Oh, I was supposed to go into F1. Welcome! So this is... Actually, I'm gonna turn down the music real quick. Hold up. I usually don't have music on, but I've decided that I want this for my world because it's a little bit more nostalgic. Isn't it so nice? It's quite lovely, at least I think so. So typically when I do like any kind of videos of like Let's Plays or whatever I end up calling this, it usually starts with nothing, and there clearly is stuff here already. Lots to be built, and lots already built. And so I kind of want to get into the lore of it all, what this world is and why I'm all of a sudden recording a video. Because if you've been around on my channel, you would know I haven't done a video like this in years. And I did kind of just get a little bit of inspiration today out of the blue. I'll also get into that, hopefully, if I don't forget. But let's sleep real quick. I did bring a bed. If I can place it, that'd be really cool, actually. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking we keep this really chill, and I just update you all. So this is Cozy Haven. It was not all built in survival. The way I have it laid out is this section I like to call spawn is made in creative. I made it in creative. All of the ponds here, the lighthouse down there, the boat. This is all made in creative. This over here also, we have an orchard over there. We'll get into it. Originally, this world wasn't supposed to be a single player, but I'm not mad about it being a single player if I'm being honest. Of course, I do love my friends. I love you all. But I've had a lot of fun just like being creative, and then when they want to hop on, they can hop on. So this is modded. I don't think I said that. It is modded. I wish I could tell you all the mods. It's not like anything too crazy. The main mod that we have on here that like really changes things is a food mod. I was really inspired by Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, so this is the best way I could show you. We have like a little item. That's a tea of sorts that I made because we have a bunch of crops. And so, yeah, this is kind of like the community center in Stardew. And over here we have like reviews from some of the animals. There's animals around here that my partner and I gave names, and they have reviews of the building. And then requests for when friends are on it if they need things. I don't know if that'll get used, but it's cute. And then we have like little information sections for each building and stuff. I don't remember what I wrote for those, but I remember I was quite proud of it. But yeah, essentially this world was meant for some friends and I. I have 3 other friends that we all wanted to play Minecraft together, and we're like, well, we don't really have a world. And I was like, I got you guys. But me being me, I was like, I want to have something to start with. We used to play a lot together on SMPs and stuff, and typically we would have some kind of starting building. We would have just stuff to start with because it can be kind of boring to just start from scratch every single time. This is a notice board. So mainly so I don't forget stuff. And then, yeah, so I think we all played on it like maybe once, and there were like chests in there for like starting gear. And then it just became like we all kind of got busy and did our own thing, as Minecraft worlds go, which I'm not mad about because now I get the world all to myself. Hee hee hee. And I've been playing it on stream sometimes. I actually have not streamed in a long time, but I digress. So now I kind of just have my own little world here, and it makes me really happy. I really, really enjoy it, to be honest. So this is Cozy Haven. This is the spawn that I also named Cozy Haven. That's the orchard I was talking about. The lighthouse is down there and the dock. There's a mine. What else? Over here is where we have all... I don't think we all built stuff. I know I didn't. We're supposed to build our little statues. We call ourselves the Cozy Cubs because we all have a little animal that represents us, like a woodland animal. So our little statues go over there on logs. A little shop area thingy over there. We have a teleport wagon. I will say I've made like a couple TikToks as well about this world. So if you want to check those out, I do have a TikTok. And then over here is the Cozy Cottage home. It's not updated because I have a whole house. I have a whole house like here and like a farm. So this is all creative. This whole section over here where we are is all creative, as I said. And then when you go over to the Cozy Cottage, this is all survival, like 100% survival, which I thought was kind of fun. I don't know, I like it. We have a notice board, like I said. This was so then if we had stuff that we wanted to like share, we could put it on here. We still can if anyone comes on, but it's mostly for me at this point, which is totally fine. But yeah, I guess as I kind of show everything off, I'll kind of fill you guys in. We had like plots for shops, very SNP-esque, because we have all the food mod things, and I was like, we could have shops where we just sell a bunch of foods. Like, why not? So I haven't decided if I want to do this all in survival or creative. That's still to be determined. Maybe survival, we'll see. But I do like building in creative. So I'm kind of torn. I also have like little quests that I made. Yeah, I don't know if I'll go too much into depth about like a tour. Maybe I'll give like a full-on tour video. I originally had stuff filmed before and then I never posted it. I built all of this last summer, like summer 2024. It's summer 2025 now. For context, let's go this way actually because there's more stuff here. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So I kind of, yeah, I should stop beating around the bush and actually like say why I wanted to record this. This is the orchard, by the way. I was watching a video today. I watched two videos actually. I was watching, hold on, I wrote down the name, or I didn't write down the name, but I have the name here. Let me check real quick. I was watching two different videos by Love Star Kai, if you know them. One of them was talking about how the internet isn't safe anymore, I believe was the whole point. Or it's just not, like, it's very different and it's very, like, overwhelming. And then the other one was that YouTube does not like Let's Plays. And I was thinking about it as they were talking about YouTube, the changes with the internet, how social media is so different than what it used to be like 5 million years ago. And it made me think, I know, how scary. It made me think about my journey on YouTube myself. I love YouTube so much. But it's something that it's like a love-hate relationship, if I'm being honest. I've had this channel for 9 years, almost 10 years, I think, in August. I checked it the other day. I think it's either that or it's like 8 years, something like crazy. But I've been doing YouTube longer than that. I started a different YouTube channel when I was like 12. So what year was that? Like, if I was 12, it would have been like 2011. Yeah. Because I got an iPod for my birthday, and should I be vulnerable? I'll be vulnerable. I had Webkins, and I made Webkins videos, And I'm not afraid or ashamed to say it. It was like the one thing that I loved so much. I also loved Littlest Pet Shops. I've slowly like gotten back into, well, I've always loved them, but I've felt less ashamed of enjoying just things that brought me joy as a kid. And so I don't think I've ever shared that ever on this channel. So you're special. You're so special for knowing that now. But yeah, I've done YouTube for a long time and I've had this channel for quite a bit. Also, I'm just gonna run around, I think. This boat here, actually, for context, if you press this button, it takes you to the survival realm. We'll go there in a bit. I just kind of want to walk around and yap for a bit. We'll go back this way. So I've been doing YouTube for so long. I switched to Minecraft. Like, I took a break after my whole Webkins channel, and then I started watching Minecraft content because my sister got me into it, and I was like, Minecraft is dumb. I don't care. And then I started watching it, and I became obsessed. And I'm like, I want to record my own Minecraft content because, of course, I did. And I think this was like 2014. So 2014, 2015. Like I said, it's been like about 10 years-ish. I wish I could tell you how long it's been. I don't know. But I wanted to do it myself, and I did, and I met so many lovely people. My channel has been through so many different stages. Like, it's actually quite wild to think about. It's been through a lot. I started with Let's Plays and just like videos that I wanted to make. Like, I think my very first video was me building or showing off like a building I did in creative. And then I kind of moved into SMP content because I was invited to SMPs and stuff like that. And I would kind of just make videos on whatever I wanted to, and it was a good time. I was so young at the time, and I was just happy to be a part of a community, and I felt creatively fulfilled. And then I remember I had an identity crisis and was like, I want to make content, but I don't know if I like survival, which is so fair. This is our teleport wagon. Hello. Hi, Gus. And I ended up switching to Minecraft roleplay content, which a lot of people know me for. So essentially like creating series where it's all story-based, first person, third person. It all has stories and it's all scripted, and I loved it. And then I got so overwhelmed. It's one of those things that I love, and I then got so overwhelmed. I was a part of groups and stuff too where we did roleplay content, and it was great, except I get overwhelmed easily, and I was like, I don't know. But that's just, I don't know. I feel like I can be more of an independent worker, and I like to just kind of do what I like to do. And so I think I was also burnt out at that point. And I actually left YouTube completely. I made a whole video and I was like, bye, thank you. And I think I was gone for about a year. And then I was overwhelmed. I also felt like my life was shifting in a way that I felt like I needed to step away from Minecraft. I've had this thought many times, even after, where I'm like, I need to grow up and step away from Minecraft and YouTube. Like, I need to leave it all behind and just stop. And I was going through like a big life change at the time, and I felt like this is it. I need to just step away. So I left. And then a couple months later, I had been broken up with, and I was like, girl, I need Minecraft. I can't do this. So I made Minecraft stuff, but I didn't post anything at the time. I recently posted one of those videos actually to my channel. It was like a little music video that I made while I was gone, because I was like, I just need to like do something. Like, I need to feel myself. And I still streamed, I think, but I didn't post anything, and then I became really afraid of posting to YouTube because I was like, I need this to be good. Like, I need to come back strong and I need to do everything perfectly. I put a lot of pressure on myself, especially after all the roleplay content, because I felt like it had to be perfect. And I also noticed YouTube kind of shifted to a point where it was like, oh, everything needs to be really engaging and perfect, and it felt like it needed to be very grand, which I feel like is so funny because right now I'm running around a world and yapping, and this is so far from what I thought things needed to be, and I feel like it's quite freeing. So essentially, I came back. I still took some like large breaks. I think I might have taken like another year off almost, where I just didn't post anything. Like, I would still stream, I would still be kind of active. I was around, but I just, yeah, I just was very wishy-washy, which is fine. You're allowed to be wishy-washy. And then I joined, I'm probably skipping over so many things, but then I joined an SMP called Princess SMP, which I'm a part of right now. It's a roleplay based SMP, so it's a bit different. It's got lots of lore, lots of roleplay. I am really enjoying it. It's still something I'm doing right now, but I definitely want to like expand, and I am working on stuff behind the scenes because, yeah, I kind of like stepped away from like cinematic roleplay stuff, which is what I was doing before. And then this was a first-person roleplay with a bunch of other people. It was less isolating, really, really fun. And like I said, I'm still working on it. I think, honestly, side note, I'm probably gonna relax a little bit with that just because it's kind of a lot. Actually, let's go up this way. And so, yeah, that's kind of where we are now. And so today, catching up to today, I was watching the videos. They were talking about how different YouTube used to be. It felt safer, more nostalgic, and just like warmer. At least that's what I got from it. And it wasn't so in your face, and it wasn't so overstimulating. It could just be a safe place where you could go, and I think that's part of the nostalgia as well. I used to watch a lot of LD Shadow Lady, Stacy Plays, loved Stacy Plays, Stampy, of course, Amy Lee, all of the YouTubers at the time. And I remember I was really inspired. Like, they were the ones that really got me to want to make my own videos, and it was that style, the like really chill, minimal cuts. It didn't have to be like, even the music, you didn't need a lot of music in the background. Like, the editing was very, very minimal, very bare bones, and it was just like a good time, and it was very relaxed. I think there's a word that I'm thinking of, but I don't know what the word is right now. But it wasn't anything crazy. The expectations weren't like huge. You just showed up, and it was just comforting. And of course I watched AFMO. That's how I got into my roleplay stuff. Yeah, when I was watching these the recent videos about the internet and Let's Plays, I started thinking about, like, wow, I feel like I stopped making content that I originally wanted to make because of what YouTube has kind of changed to be. YouTube used to be a lot different. We all know that, but like, once we actually like really think about it, it's really quite different. Let's head this way. This is the survival area. Everything here was built in survival except for the dock and the boat. This is the cub corner. My house is up there. It's a work in progress because it's survival and I'm taking it quite slow. But yes, we'll head this way. Essentially though, I also started to take a step back from the internet. This was something they said in their video as well. The internet used to be a place where you would escape too from real life. And I feel like the internet now, we're trying to escape the internet by living more in real life, which isn't a bad thing. But the internet isn't as safe and comforting as it used to be. At least I feel like this. Even like recently for me, I've found that... Girl, there's a spider? No, we're going this way. I found that I have felt so much more at peace and in control of my life and just genuinely happy when I'm not on social media, which is crazy because I grew up on social media like so intensely. I loved it. I found so many communities within it. It brought me joy. It made me feel heard and seen and just like a part of something. I also just love the creative aspect of creating things and posting it and sharing it. And I feel like I have diverted so much from that initial, I don't know, mindset of just hopping on, making something and be like, look, this is what it is. And not caring who sees it, how many people see it, if they like it. Like, I wish I was as free as I was when I started. And yeah, so I've been thinking back and I'm like, obviously YouTube and how it's changed, it wants a different type of content and it doesn't promote this kind of stuff anymore unless, you know, something people really like resonate with it or something. But like, it's not something that people tend to, or YouTube tends to promote unless, yeah, there's a big audience. I don't know. I essentially, what I'm trying to say is I became not a slave to the algorithm, but I became so conscious of it because I'm like, if I want people to see what I'm doing, and like all the time I'm putting into everything, because I want people to see it, obviously. Like, you make things and you want to share it. It doesn't matter if they like it or not, but you want people to at least like see it if you're putting it out there, right? I feel like that's kind of just natural. But in order for that to work, you kind of have to play the algorithm game where you have to do things a certain way. You change how you think, and you're not just posting things how you want to do it. You have to play the little game of, how is this thumbnail working? How is this title working? And is it like clicky enough? And it's a very business mindset because it is business, I get it. But I really needed to take a step back and think, like, this is something I do for fun. And I'm not having as much fun, or like any fun, because I'm making it this stressful thing and it's not even working. You know what I mean? And so I kind of have been really asking myself, this is something that's been in my head for the longest time. I've really been thinking, like, am I doing this because I want to do it, or am I doing this because I think I should and I've been doing it like this for so long? Like, am I playing on this world because I want to actually play it, or am I playing on it because I want to post a video and see what people think of it? And would I do this if no one was watching? That's another big thing I've been thinking of, and I think that's a good way to reframe it. Would I do this if nobody would see it? And I know we hear this like all the time, like, oh, you have to do it for yourself. We like when you're authentic. We like what you like do what you want. But in the back of my head, at least, I always found myself, I'm like, oh, but it has to still like fit within these guidelines. Otherwise it's bad or it won't work. And honestly, after taking a step back from things and really reflecting and being like, well, what if I just did what I wanted to do and not care if nobody sees it? Like, that's how you started. You were so free and you just kind of did what you want. And like, that made you happy. What if you did that? Like, no one's forcing you to do it a certain way. There is that expectation now on YouTube to do things a certain way to be quote unquote successful. But what if you weren't successful? I know you think you want to be successful, but what if success actually means just posting a video and documenting where you are right now and your thoughts and like how you feel. It reminds me of streaming a bit. Like, you just yap about what you're doing today and people are like, yeah, I love that. Maybe success is just you actually enjoying the moment, and it doesn't really matter how many people care about it, how many people see it. It just matters about how you feel about it. I know, it's revolutionary, isn't it? Quite revolutionary. But then, yeah, so I started thinking about, like, whenever I did something, I'm like, do I actually want to do this? Or do I feel like I'm doing this so then others can see it? Or like, do I feel like I need to do it? And I know it's like, it's such a simple thing, right? Like, it's not like anything too crazy to think about or, I don't know, have a final thought about, but to actually like know yourself and know like, yeah, I want to do this, and not, yeah, I want to do this because that's what I always do, or yeah, I want to do this because why would I not? That's what everyone wants. Really taking a step back and like thinking about, well, even if no one else wants the same thing as me, like that's fine. Or I'm actually okay with changing what I want now and changing or being different than what everyone else expects you to want. And even just realizing like maybe what I thought I wanted isn't what I wanted at all. I feel like I'm rambling in circles a little bit, or maybe not making sense, but that's just how I talk. Hello, sir. And so that's kind of how I ended up here. I paused the video I was watching. Well, I finished those videos and was watching a long play. And I was like, what if I just hop on and talk about what I think? Because I use social media as a diary of sorts, at least YouTube. I feel like because I've done it so long, it's become like a little diary entry. I have all my VODs saved from when I streamed, and I do go back and look at them and just see like, oh, this is who I was like 5 years ago, and this is how I talked and was thinking. And then same with videos, like this is what I was doing when I was 15. Like, I do like to go back and see who I was at that time and just what I was creating, the stories I was making, my thought process, who I was. Yeah, it's kind of wild to be able to do that. And I think I kind of got lost in it all and just was like, well, I want it to perform because what's the point? Right? Understandable, like I said, like who wouldn't? But I've kind of realized YouTube needs to be for me. Like it doesn't need to be this whole analytics game that it's become, and it can just be a diary, and it's like an open-ended, I don't know, public diary, that's the word. It's like a public diary where I share what I'm thinking, and if other people want to listen and maybe feel heard or connect with what I'm saying, it's there for them, and that's just what it is. And it happens to be through Minecraft, my beloved block game where I do whatever I want. And I think I started thinking of like rewiring, geez. I think I started rewiring how I thought when I started making this world, because there was like this pressure that I put on myself from no one, truly. But there was this pressure where I'm like, oh, it all has to be in survival because that's how you do it. But that's the thing about Minecraft, right? Like, it doesn't have any rules. We just kind of like make up all these rules and we're like, that's how it is. But you don't. So I started in creative because I wanted to. I listened to what I actually wanted. I was like, I want to start with some structures. I want to start with some things, and I want to separate how survival works and how creative works in my world, because this is what I want to do. And that's okay, because there are no rules, and that's what I want to do, even if that's not what like is trendy or what people want to watch. And then I ended up just playing on this world, honestly, like more offline than online. And I think that might also be why I was so scared to share this world. It became kind of like a very sacred place almost. Like I did stream it here and there, but there was something about just mining or building my farm over there in complete silence. And I was like, wow, I haven't done this in so long, and I'm only doing this because I want to and not because I have to. Let's head back. And so I started thinking about, yeah, what do I want to do? And then I made a TikTok where I was like, this is how you can kind of reframe like how you play Minecraft. Revolutionary. You start with creative and then you play the rest in survival. Crazy. But it was kind of revolutionary for me. Like it truly was what I wanted. And I felt like I was finally listening to what I wanted. Granted, I don't play on this every day. I only play when I want to. And that's also another thing. Like playing when you want to play and not because you feel like you have to. That's a concept. But yeah, I don't know. It's such a weird thing to like finally listen to what you actually want. You think you have so much control and then you're like, actually, I'm really hindering what I'm doing. And so here we are. This is where I'm at. I don't know if I'll make more videos on this world. I've wanted to for a really long time. I've wanted to make updates. Like I said, I've recorded like footage of what this was supposed to be, but it was still following the format of like episodic, this is this world. Yeah, I thought that I was just gonna post how I've been posting all the time, but I don't know, I even became tired of just doing what I thought I was expected to do, and it feels nice to know that I can just do what I want. Crazy. Like I said, it's a crazy concept, just doing what you want. But I think if this is something that people are interested in, me just yapping whenever I want, maybe I'll post more. But like I said, the whole point of this video is I do what I want. Let's sleep real quick. Oh yeah, and another thing I found, I don't know if I mentioned it, I might have. This is a really long recording, so my bad. But editing, I always found that like I needed to edit a certain way. YouTube promotes quick, very quick paced content, and I got really good at editing it that way. I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like I know what I'm doing, but girl, it takes a long time, and when you're just doing it to play the algorithm game and it's less like of a creative choice, it can get real tiring. And so I feel like this video for me is really just committing to the idea that I'm allowed to do what I want and I can be free. I can be free of this algorithm game and I can just take back what YouTube and Minecraft mean to me, and it means just yapping and making cool stuff with blocks and not having to worry about like if what I'm doing is quality. Like I can just do it, you know? I don't know if anyone else can relate. If you do, please let me know, because I know the internet is crazy now. I also feel like I've been yapping for too long and my brain is starting to go mushy, but if you do resonate with anything, I would love to know. The comments are always there. You can let me know there. It's been something I've been thinking about just honestly in daily life and passing, because I do love YouTube so much. I love what it was and still could be. And I feel like what it is now is just, it's not an awful place, and there are still good people, good spaces. It's just very hard to find, and I want to be part of those spaces, even if it's not something that's like hugely promoted. I want to thank you so much for watching. This is something completely different from what I've done in a long time. Actually, I don't think I've ever really done anything like this, but yeah, welcome to Cozy Haven. We'll see what it becomes. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care.